thought I had given a tough fight for NEET PG 2024, and once the results were out, I was literally shocked to see the screen showing me a rank of around 30,000. The scores increased from 137 to 140s, 150s, and once I hit 160s, there was a plateau. But the questions which are trickier ones, which are going to play with our mind, those are the things which are going to be the game changer.
When I looked into the books, I used to say, no, you will get disturbed by the pictures of these diseases and all. No, don't peep into my books.
Follow the ethics and then do service to the nation, which will make him a real hero or the moreover that human being.
I had doubts. I compared myself to others. Some days I used to feel this exam wasn't meant for me. But I held on to one line: arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. So I used to show up even when I did not feel enough. Hello everyone, I'm Dr. P. Markandeya. I secured All India rank 44 in INI CET July 2025 session. I'm a Marrow Plan C user. I joined Gandhi Medical College in Hyderabad way back in 2018. In the initial few days, I was like in a shell. It is a very new environment for me. The school is different, the intermediate life was different, and MBBS journey, it was very much different. Anatomy is the biggest thing that we might have to deal in the first year of MBBS. Even I had the same fear regarding anatomy. Physiology and biochemistry were relatively easier subjects to handle. And once the first year exams were done, it became more comfortable for me to travel through the MBBS. When I was in third year of my MBBS, sitting at home during the lockdown phase, having ample amount of time, I thought I need to start my entrance exam preparation. One of my batchmates had recommended me to use Marrow. I thought that would give me flexibility. And I remember watching the first video from Marrow was Dr. Rakesh Nair's from hematology section. I was mesmerized by his teachings. I thought I had given a tough fight for NEET PG 2024. And once the results were out, I was literally shocked to see the screen showing me a rank of around 30,000. The thing which was clearly reflecting was lack of practice of MCQs and lack of regularity in giving grant tests. The biggest shift in the mindset that happened after seeing the results of NEET PG 2024 was that I stopped preparing blindly. What I was lacking was not hard work, but it was strategy built on intention. One strategy I picked up was using the resources very asynchronously. For example, the resources available to me were Marrow videos, the question banks, the previous year questions, the grant tests. I mean to say, I watch the videos of medicine, I start solving question banks from microbiology. I do each one subject after the subject. For example, I start watching videos of any particular subject, say microbiology. I finish them off. After that, I go to the other subject. And the same applies for the question banks also. I used to start solving question banks of medicine. I complete the medicine subject, then I move to the next subject, for example, pharmacology. And there also, the subject order was very random, so that the real scores used to reflect. Perfect scores are when you solve the questions after a long time after you watch the videos. I watch medicine videos now, I solve questions of anatomy. That is when the right scores show up. In the beginning, it was around 5 to 6 modules a day, each module containing around 20 questions. So it was around 100 questions a day. It was not completely the same every day because sometimes we need to have a break. So the number was not the same daily, but average around 50 to 75 questions a day was in the first phase of my preparation. And gradually it increased to around 8 to 10 modules a day. I used to solve the previous year questions. I used to make many mistakes over there. I used to bookmark the mistakes and also the curveball kind of questions which are twisted or not so direct questions. The bookmarking helped me a lot because once I started finishing the previous year question modules, I used to go back. I used to see, for example, I solved the PYQs of medicine. I go back to the anatomy subject. I used to see what all mistakes I made. I used to open the bookmarks. I used to solve them again. We tend to make the same mistake again and again. That is where we need to improve. Repeating the bookmarks is the game changer, I feel. The most important and the most crucial part of preparing for entrance exam, be it NEET PG or INI CET, is giving grand test a bit earlier. I used to feel giving grand test is a testing tool. I can do that at the last phase of my preparation, but that's not true. At first, when I gave my grand test, that was on December 15th, I scored 137 questions correct and the rest of the questions were wrong. So that 137 has to rise. So we need to give it ample amount of time so that the scores steadily increase. In the initial phase, I used to give grand test every 2 weeks, and that gradually increased to giving a grand test every week. In the final phase of my preparation, the scores increased from 137 to 140s, 150s, and once I hit 160s, there was a plateau. There was no definite increment in the scores. Though I was working continuously, the progress was continuously visible, but it was not reflecting on the scores. I thought, okay, this is the plateau phase. I need to be patient with that. I need to hold on and work continuously, not being disappointed with the fact that there is no real progress right now. The process is most important thing. Being patient is very important. Once I hit the plateaus, which is around 160 questions getting right for me, overthinking became a big problem. For example, there are few questions which are pretty straight, but we tend to overthink and put the wrong option. There are few questions which we think they are very much twisted. We think pretty straight and put the wrong option there too. Bringing that balance is most important thing when we hit the plateau. Being regular with the MCQ solving gives us the ability to think which question requires overthinking and which questions requires straight thinking to get majority of the questions right. After around 4 or 5 tests, the scores again started improving. That is the second phase of my improvement. And the scores went to 170s, 175s. Consistently, I used to hit 175s. 178 questions was my highest. Even more important than giving a grand test is what I feel analyzing the grand test. I mean, you give the grand test on Sunday, let us say. You need to analyze the grand test not on a single day. That is going to be a futile exercise, definitely. If it is in the initial phase, it takes around a week to analyze the grand test completely. The focus was more on why I did the mistake. For example, there is a curveball kind of thing. What exactly I need to concentrate so that I won't repeat this mistake in the further grand test. But the questions which are trickier ones, which are going to play with our mind, those are the things which are going to be the game changer. And in the later phases, when I was giving grand test every 1 week, I used to finish it off in 4 to 5 days, solving around 50 questions a day, analyzing around 10 to 20 questions which were curveball kind of things. Out of those 50, it used to take me around 1 to 1.5 hours. And the rest of the days, I used to work more on improving the subject, improving the revision kind of thing. Marrow notes was definitely of a very great help for me because I'm not a note making kind of person. I can't make notes. I make textbooks. If I am given a video and if I'm asked to make notes, I literally note down every point. So that is not going to help for me. Note making is not my skill. I thought having a printed notes will be of great help for me. And that is where Marrow Notes has come to a rescue. I used to highlight the most important things, but still I used to stick with complete notes. And for the subsequent sections, I used to bank on the revision notes. The digital copy of revision notes came to the rescue for medicine. And now I would like to share how a normal day looked like during the intense phase of my preparation. I used to wake up early in the morning, around 6 o'clock. I used to divide my day into the blocks. In the high energy levels in the morning, I used to actively take up subjects, read a lot, so that efficiently I could cover a lot of syllabus in less amount of time. In the afternoon, when I used to feel very sleepy, I used to actively solve MCQs. And in the evening, when there is a second spike of energy, I used to allocate the time for revision. And late in the night, when I was down with the energy, I used to review the grand test so that I stay most efficient all through the day. And I did this around for 8 months straight. That is what I meant by being consistent, self-disciplined, and being genuine to yourself 100%. There are 4 important people to whom I am really very grateful. The first one, my best friend Jay Surya. You might be knowing he secured All India Rank 5 in July 2025 INI CET session. We used to prepare along through our MBBS and through the NEET PG preparation too. There were few things which I corrected, there were few things which he corrected, and combinedly preparing parallelly with him gave me immense support and confidence. The next person I need to mention is my dad. He used to say one thing, "Beta, you need to understand there is one particular place which is destined for you, which you need to go there, you need to serve the society the most. That place is going to come to you. You need to be very patient, you need not stress a lot, And next, my brother, even though he's younger to me, he's mature enough. He used to say, Bhaiya, you need to be very consistent with your preparation and you will definitely do it. He used to encourage me a lot. He used to motivate me a lot. And finally, my mom. She used to say, the process is the most important. The result, you're not going to control it. The result is destined. And by this, I used to feel the pressure is completely off. We need to trust the process. We need to enjoy the journey. The results will definitely come when you're 100% genuine with the process.
When I came to know Keshava got 44th rank, I was very happy. He told me over phone and I was awestruck. I did not know how to express my happiness. I'm a teacher in residential setup in a government school and I have a hectic schedule. So many times he packs the lunch for me. He comes and picks me up at 9 p.m. Even yesterday he dropped me and picked me back. I want Keshava to be a noble doctor. So I just want him to have a watch on what he's doing. So I just wanted him to have that in mind and I'm sure he will always have this in his mind. I believe the children just need the support that I am there with you. You give your 100%, put your complete effort and the results will be definitely yours. I should really express my sincere gratitude to all Marrow team. So many times he used to go through the books. Sometimes while offering some milk, when I looked into the books, he used to say, no, you will get disturbed by the pictures of these diseases and all. Don't peep into my books.
I knew that he will be scoring, but not exactly the 44th rank or anything. Around 100 or something I expected. Because I remember when he was in intermediate, I told him, you just put your efforts. Something is there always for you, which nobody can snatch it away. So I asked him, if you can get around 1000 rank in a NEET, that would be sufficient, I said. He told me, if I get 500 rank, will it be okay? So I was surprised, and to my surprise, he could get it. 44th rank is really a very good rank. So I'm privileged to say that I'm father of Keshava. The one message what I wanted to give him is follow the ethics and then do service to the nation, which will make him a real hero or the moreover that human being.